cleaning is an all-day affair, so I'm making a part 2 now that we've eaten. So I need to organize our little pantry. That was one of the selling features of this house, was like finally get my decent sized kitchen after many years of, you know, having teeny tiny kitchens. Even so we had a big house, like a decent sized house in Arizona. It was 2,000 square feet like this, but it was only 1 story. So it felt, in some ways it felt bigger than this house, even though that house didn't have a basement. But hopefully you guys can hear me. So that house that we had in Arizona, and I got a cup too while I'm talking. I'm doing cleaning. That house in Arizona, I noticed when we went house shopping, for some reason, houses that are 2 stories with the same size square footage as, oh man, I need to put on my moisturizer. Anyway, sorry. ADHD. Houses that are 2-story but have the same square footage as a ranch or a 1-story home, I've noticed usually feel smaller. The 2-story ones, for whatever reason, when we were house hunting both times. So this house has almost as much square footage, plus it has a basement, which we didn't have in Arizona. Although in Arizona we had a huge backyard and like too big. And then we also had a big garage, a big two-car garage, but it had like bigger than your normal size 2-car garage. It had shelves. I gotta keep moving while I'm talking, guys. But it had, I gotta clean out this Keurig. I don't know when we changed the filter last. It's just a change of every 2 months. Oh, I thought it was every 6. But I just read the package, so gross. I use this Keurig every day, so that's pretty nasty. So yeah, it had a ton of built-in storage. So it was, we had storage there, even though we didn't have a basement, and we didn't have like, our closets were like, they weren't tiny, but they weren't huge. But we had plenty of areas for storage. But anyway, which is probably why our house sold for so much. When we sold our home in the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, we bought our home. It's like, real estate is just crazy, but I mean, we bought our home and it was a flipped house that unfortunately they didn't do a good job flipping it, so we had to do a lot of repairs after we moved in, and we didn't know about that. But we bought the house for a good price. I remember being like, why is this house so much better than all the other houses in this price range? Well, that should have been our first giveaway, that this is a red flag, like something might be wrong. Anyway, I mean, we went through a lot with that house. We had to redo our kitchen not once, but twice, because the people who flipped it left like pipes that were damaged and all this crap. And then the people who the contractor insurance recommended didn't do a good job. They didn't like seal up something, so then we had to redo like a lot of it a second time around because it damaged like the cabinets, and then you can't just replace the cabinets, you have to also replace like the granite that was thousands of dollars. Anyway, I don't know. But I don't know why I was talking about that. Like, where? Oh, just that house, it was a good sized house, but it had a like smaller kitchen, or it felt small because it was like, there was no sunlight. It was kind of like shoved in the corner of the house, one of the corners. I mean, it was a nice kitchen, like it had granite countertops and the white cabinets like this house that I love. I thought I wouldn't like, but I wound up loving. So I thought they would show dirt easier, which not really. They're easy maintenance, and they look, I like the white kitchens. White kitchen aesthetic, okay. So yeah, even there I didn't have like, so this is like my first kind of kitchen that I really like. It's got one of the things about this house that one of the few things I didn't really like about our Arizona home was it had like a very weird layout because it was built originally in like 1960s. So it wasn't designed to be a big home. Like most older homes are not really designed. People didn't have as much crap, and I don't know. People didn't spend probably as much time as we do now in our homes. So anyway, it had like additions built on, which was nice. But like the floor design, you can't change the original floor design layout. So it wasn't a very good layout. It was like closed and not super functional. I mean, we did improve it a little when we had to redo the kitchen because we moved the washer and dryer in the house, but from the garage, which made it more functional and just nicer. But this is a clean one. I think this is the old one. Ugh. But yeah, like some of the feedback we got, because we did an open house when we sold our house there, was that people didn't love the layout, which I didn't love the layout either, but you're never gonna love every single thing about a house, so it was still a good house. Like I don't know about anybody else, but I sometimes miss like places I've lived in before. We had a lot of good memories. I'm just cleaning the Keurig. We had a lot of good memories in that house. That's where my daughter was born. Well, she wasn't born in there, but that was her first house. And, you know, memories of family members who are no longer with us in that house. And we just loved Arizona. We had a couple fun parties there. And it's like where I went back to nursing school was in that house. Where I had my first, when we lived there, that was my first nursing job. This Keurig is disgusting. That's why I'm cleaning it out. Like, I stayed with somebody who never cleans their Keurig, and that just like grosses me out. Like, you need to deep clean. Like, I know people that are cleaner than me as far as they don't have messes and everything's more organized. But to me, I feel like a house is still dirty if you're not like deep cleaning every once in a while. That's just my opinion. And I can't find the lid to this, so that's great. Hopefully it will turn up while we're cleaning. And it feels, oh, you know what? I don't think I'm supposed to put this filter right in. I think I'm soak the filter for 15 minutes. Okay, let me soak it. That's right. Getting distracted talking. So 15 minutes. One thing I don't like about this microwave that we have, you can't set a timer on it, or I can't figure it out if you can. It's like, what microwave doesn't have a timer on it? But the oven does, so I use that. I'm gonna probably make some home fries. They got all these potatoes from Rick's grandma, and I don't know what to do with them. But I love home fries, so you gotta cook them before they go bad, or use them. I try to kind of stay away from potatoes because of my pre-diabetes, but I feel like my family's always giving me potatoes. Like, but I try to take my metformin regularly, so I don't want to get type 2 diabetes. I really don't, if I can help it. This drawer is also like, it's got like manuals, so don't know what's wrong in there. Okay. Where are my wipes? Where did my wipes go? Daisy, keep eating. There's your food. So, I even kind of miss our apartment that we had when we first moved here because it was in a really nice area that we couldn't afford a house in, really, slash the houses that we could afford were just gone too quick. This is a really popular area, good schools, and reminds me a lot, the town that we lived in reminds me a lot of like the ritzy town I lived in, or lived near growing up, where all the rich kids lived. It is called Doylestown. It's a very safe feeling type of town, like rich suburbia. Okay, I'm just gonna cut up these. Maybe I should move it over here so you can hear me. I'm gonna chop up these potatoes. But the apartment complex that we lived at was actually fairly cheap. Not compared to apartments in general, but compared to, I'm gonna peel these. Compared to the area. So, where's the potato jar? My husband cleaned up and moved everything around. Drives me nuts. I'm gonna have to move this over. I'm gonna take it off the charger. So, Okay. Don't want their stuff in for privacy. Anyway, not that anybody watches my videos that much, but I'm just peeling my potatoes. I wish I could go live on my TikTok. Like, especially when I'm bored and cleaning. But I don't have enough followers. I only have like close to 600, and some of them are, a lot of them are fake accounts because I don't really make my TikTok or my YouTube known to like a lot of my close friends or family, because it's just, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of embarrassed about it. I don't think, yeah, anyway. I don't really want to be like famous. That's not why I'm doing stuff like this. It's just like motivating for me, and I get bored easily. And I would like to connect with some people like online that have similar interests and or moms or whatever. God, I wonder if it's not going to let me upload because Cocoa Melon or whatever is in the background. Oh, I used to be able to post live videos on YouTube, and now it won't even let me do that. I think because I don't have enough followers or something. Daisy, you playing with your phone? Are you done eating?
No.
Definitely be more fun making those videos if like I could talk to my followers or talk to, like, interact with you guys, but hope this motivates you to cook and clean and do all those boring tasks that people with ADHD struggle with, like me. Like, in a lot of ways, I feel like my ADHD just helps me, but not when it comes to, like, the day-to-day tasks. Like, this is what I really struggle with. I'm very interest-driven, so, like a lot of people with ADHD. So if it's, like, something repetitive, it's too simple for my brain, I don't want to do it. Even though it can be really important, I don't prioritize like that. Daisy, we're gonna go to a birthday party tomorrow. Hansel's birthday party at the playground. Need to cook. The sweet potatoes are growing. It's starting to grow like roots. When your potatoes or sweet potatoes are growing roots or eyes, that's not good. The only thing about home fries is I feel like it takes a while to make them. Not hard, they just take a lot of time. You gotta cut the potatoes, you gotta peel the potatoes, you gotta cut them. Cooking them takes a while. It's like one of my favorite comfort foods. Might not have an onion. Shoot. Well, maybe I'll make mashed potatoes. But yeah, it's one of my, nothing like waking up smell bacon and home fries, like, back childhood memories. My older sister she would cook a decent amount for us because one of 6 kids, you know, sometimes some of the older siblings take on more responsibility to help out, so she would cook home. She's a great cook too. Like, she might be better than me, actually. She's done it for so long. I don't know, I've been watching like TikToks though that kind of talks about how it's kind of like messed up to make your older kids kind of take on parental duties, but I feel like that was kind of like the norm back then, especially if you came from a big Irish Catholic family like I did. But I know it's like looked down upon now, but I mean, and I don't know that they always appreciated themselves having to take on those responsibilities at a young age. So if you ask them, they would probably agree, probably my oldest siblings, I mean, but I see kind of both sides. Like, I don't know, if you have that many kids, it becomes difficult, and then like it's expensive to have babysitters or nannies. Like, most people can't afford that crap. Not saying that it's right, but I feel like it's what kind of happens sometimes. Because, I mean, you're in survival mode, or I know me and my husband are in survival mode with just one kid, so I can't imagine having 6 kids like my mom did. Even though I wish we could have more, and we're still trying, but even if we could, I don't think I'd want that big of a family. And what's funny is I've talked to other people that are one of, you know, many, and a lot of them are like, yeah, I don't want a big family like that, even though we love coming from a big family and having all those siblings. It's very like a fun environment to grow up in, and you're not lonely because there's always somebody there to talk to. I'm like, no, but anyway, no, there is, but except for people who maybe come, like, the only exception I would say to that is people who are still very strict Catholic. I have a couple, like, I have a friend who's very like Orthodox Catholic, and he has a big family, and he came from a big family. And then I know some Mennonite families that still have, Mennonite non-Amish families still have, you know, 8 children, 12 kids. Like, that's very normal for them. Certain Mormons and stuff like that. But a lot of people who are like me, who are just happen to come from a big family Catholic, maybe aren't Catholic anymore like me, are like, yeah, I have no desire to have that many kids. Even though, think about it, I wouldn't be here if my parents didn't just decide to keep having, because I'm the 5th. And my sister wouldn't be here. You know, can't imagine life without my little sister. My mom actually wanted more than 6 kids, if you can imagine that. I think nowadays it's very hard. I think it was hard back then, but without a lot of resources, I think, like from your community, I think it's, I don't know how people do it with the price of living and everything. Have that. And I've heard people, somebody I work with was like, well, kids are only as expensive as you make them. I'm like, to a certain extent, but like, those daycare bills and crap ain't gonna get any cheaper, that's for sure. Like, I mean, we pay so much for daycare, and it's one of the cheaper daycares, I guess. Oh. Filters should be ready. I'm gonna be so sick of mashed potatoes. We had mashed potatoes the other night, and I'm making more. Oh well. And I even have another thing of mashed potatoes. I don't really know, like, okay, I haven't made mashed potatoes in a while. They just make instant. I gotta bring boiling water. I was watching off the filter. I need to let the dog out. Sash, you need to go potties? It's almost 2. Fill up the Keurig. Yeah, you need to clean out your Keurig, because if you don't, it gets like moldy. Like, ooh, disgusting. Like, you're drinking from it every day, you should clean it, right? Like, anyway. Okay, I'm gonna make, I guess, homemade mashed potatoes, because I don't know what's on there. I'm positive I don't have any onions. Well, maybe I'd know if my thing was more organized here. Yeah, I'm almost positive we don't have mashed or onion. Okay, let me fill up this water. To make mashed potatoes, so I think you just boil them for half hour or something. I forget. I'm gonna have to do it. Hey, Siri plugged in. Hey Alexa, how long should you boil potatoes for mashed potatoes?
It is recommended to boil 5 pounds of mashed potatoes for 20 minutes in boiling water.
20 minutes. I don't even know if they'll take that long because they're like little potatoes and I don't have 5 pounds. 15 minutes then? I don't know how much mashed potatoes I'll make. I don't have that many potatoes, but okay. I have that pot going. My potatoes are peeled. Daisy's sitting there. Mesmerized. Now, normally I wouldn't let her keep watching TV like this, but I need to clean my whole house, so we'll have to go to the park later, get her energy out and get her the tube. Alright, so Yes, you know you live with somebody with ADHD if all your cabinets are open. There's no ghost, it's just ADHD. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see me, but I'm just gonna go through each shelf, see what I have, and reorganize it. So that I know. So I just stopped buying stuff that we already have. We have like 4 lactate milks because I didn't realize we had a bunch already. And my husband goes grocery shopping sometimes too, so then I get really mixed up, which helps me but doesn't help me because then I don't know what we actually have and what we versus what we need. Okay. I'm just refilling his Nespresso. So, let me see. We got this I got him an Nespresso so he'd stop going to Starbucks all the time because it costs so much now with inflation. I feel like I'm getting old. All I do is talk about inflation, but seriously, it's like $8 for a freaking drink, for freaking coffee. But these Nespressos, I've been drinking them too, like for an afternoon pick-me-up, but alright. And they're a good brand because I accidentally ordered the wrong pods. And their customer service is really good. I called and was like, how can I return it? They told me, just keep it or give it to somebody. You don't need to return it. And I was like, wow, I love when companies do that. Maybe I'll do that with my business if it's big enough because I just don't want people like abusing it. Like just returning things constantly because people do crap like that. And then they really do mess with us. Target does the same thing, like a lot of times they'll say just keep their return and they'll give you your money back or whatever. So I'm gonna be quiet because I need to concentrate. No, I still have a lot of Crystal Lights. I just don't like the taste of like plain water, so I do diet soda or I do like flavored water, which I know that's not great, but it's better than drinking all the flavored crap. There's tons of fructose that I used to do. So I purposely put my bad food up at the top so that it's hard to reach. That's my tip. always in my car because we drive around starving, like snacks in my car. I just put the whole box in. You have to put her gummies up high so she doesn't eat them constantly. I do have some of these. Okay. I hate going grocery shopping and not like knowing what I have at home. It's like the worst thing is going to the store, not inventorying and being hungry. There you go. So like when my husband cleans up, then he moves everything around where I don't want it. Like, then I don't know where stuff is. Or he puts stuff where like it doesn't make sense. Maybe. Oh no, are we out of vanilla? Almost. I used to where the croutons were. It's like that no more wire hangers. Like, please don't put my stuff wherever. Like, you know. Write down vanilla. Pen doesn't work. Where did this come from? I need to do something with these breadcrumbs. I got like a bunch of things in breadcrumbs. I can't even see me cleaning now, but I am. I promise I am. I like my husband just sews. Like, he's better at keeping things clean, but there's like no thought behind it. I know. He's too much of perfection. Slash, I can't remember unless, like, that's why I have to keep everything organized, because with my ADHD I won't remember where I put stuff. Leave these out. Now I think we're almost out of cat food. Like, what cat food? Yeah, we got what cat food. Now our cats throw it up half the time, but they love it, so I buy it for them anyway, even though they make a giant mess. I like to take everything apart before I start adding more group. Like, I feel like it's easier if you organize it first and then you start adding. Like, you take everything out, organize it, then you add to it. Otherwise it becomes like a jumbled mess. back later. I'm gonna flip this. Other thing is, like, I take everything out of the package so we know. Sometimes the packages is hard to know, like, what you have because the packaging, like, covers it all up. Grab that. We're gonna eat it eventually. Like the packaging is taking too much space as it is. Why is your toy in here? Huh? You live with a toddler when? I'm gonna make these, at least one of these sweet potatoes probably before they go bad. Sweet potatoes are easy to make. Just throw them in the oven basically. We'll poke some holes in it. Poke some holes. So they don't explode. I don't know if anybody's had their potato explode on them. If so, let me know in the comments. This is such an unflattering camera angle, but oh my god. And I'll put it in foil, otherwise it like drips and makes a mess in the oven. Or I'll just throw it in this same baking pan. Who cares? It's earlier. I think you cook it at 350 or something for 45 minutes. Alright, I might have to shoot this pretty well so I can look that up.